Okay, so one thing that I've never really covered on this channel before is roller luggage, and that's mainly due to the fact that when it comes to travel, specifically one bag travel, I like to have that hands-free ability. But when Level 8 reached out to me and they sent me 2 different pieces of roller luggage, I gotta admit, my mind was slightly changed on my position when it comes to roller luggage. Usually my experience with roller luggage is other people in the airport being very inconsiderate, having it way too far behind them, hitting me in the ankles, hitting me in the feet, or just being a huge inconvenience when I use them myself. But after using this one, I have to say that this is probably one of the only pieces of roller luggage that I'd feel comfortable and confident using on any of my travels, because it does everything that most of my one bag travel backpacks do, but makes it, I can't believe I'm gonna admit this, but a little bit easier. And I'm gonna tell you all about that right now. Let's get into it. Okay, before we get into the video, I just want to let you know that Level 8 is sponsoring this video, and they're offering you a 10% off if you use my discount code ODIE10. That's ODIE10, ODIE10. You can get 10% off any of their rural luggage, accessories, anything like that. And I gotta admit, this Roadrunner is phenomenal. If, like I said, you want to bring a nice carry-on or a checked bag, all of their luggage is phenomenal. So use my discount code, go check them out, and on with the video. Okay, so this is the Roadrunner carry-on with the laptop compartment. Now, if you're somebody that likes roller luggage over the one bag travel backpack method, then I think this one is going to be pretty darn perfect for you, because not only is it small, compact, carry-on compatible, and can fit in the overhead compartment, it has great minimal organization, a wonderful spot for a laptop, and unlike a lot of the YKK zippers that I have that lock where you have to put like the little actual teeny tiny like Polly Pocket size lock in between, these have a locking mechanism here at the top that allows it to lock really easily, and you can lock both of the zippers at the same time and unlock them at the same time. And unlike using that Polly Pocket Barbie size little lock, this is a really easy locking mechanism that you see on a lot of roller luggage that I am actually a little unfamiliar with, mainly because of the fact that I don't usually use roller luggage. But I will say this is a pretty darn good piece of roller luggage that I am actually really happy I got the chance to use. And if you're like, well, it's not quite big enough, but I like roller luggage, then stay tuned, because I'll be covering another piece of roller luggage here in the next couple weeks. That's a checked one that's a little bit bigger and has a lot of space, a lot of compartments. It's going to be awesome. I'm actually really excited to show you that, because as someone who's doing a lot of travel for work, I typically have to check a bag, and that one is actually pretty darn perfect for what I'm doing, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, let's get through all the nooks, cranny, material, hardware, and everything for the Roadrunner carry-on with the laptop compartment. Okay, so for the materials on this bag, I'm going to throw them up here on the screen because I tried to pronounce them multiple times and I just can't. But overall, this hard shell has been extremely durable, and one of my favorite things and one of my biggest problems with roller luggage in the past has always been the wheels. They've either been really cheaply made, hard to get over little bumps, or even like the smallest little pebble just makes it impossible. And I will say that these wheels, I've tested them over a couple different terrains, and overall, they're pretty freaking solid. I will admit that when it comes to roller luggage, that always seems to be the biggest hiccup for people, is the wheels. But on this one, I've had zero issues with these wheels. They have that 360 capability, which I know most roller luggages do, so you can roll it side to side or forward and back. And whether you're doing it with just the regular handle on the top or extending out the handle and rolling it that way, these wheels have not been an issue for me at all. And overall, just the durability, the zippers, the locking, all of that. And there's not as much to get into on a roller luggage bag as I'm learning, because this is my first one to record, because usually you have like the materials of the bag and the zippers and the inner. But overall, it's just this nice hard shell that keeps everything nice and secure, wonderful zippers that get to your terrain, wonderful zippers that work for TSA, and you have the locking mechanism. Overall, the material and the hardware on this bag have been absolutely fantastic. Okay, so let's get into the handles and where you can grab on this bag. You obviously have the extending little handle here that you use to roll it, which also, if you have a luggage pass-through bag, which honestly, I tested this out with my Peter McKinnon, like the 22-liter daily camera bag, which is my go-to camera bag now, and it fits on here really nice, and it actually works and pairs really well together. So if you have any bag that has a luggage pass-through, I will admit, for a carry-on bag, works pretty well. But honestly, what you have is you have a handle here at the top that kind of extends out, and what I like about these handles that I'm about to show you is that when you're done grabbing them, they just kind of fold right back into the suitcase. But you can easily grab them either way. You have one on either side here, and they both kind of have that ability to just kind of flow back into the bag. That's it. You have one on the side here and one at the top, and then obviously this bag is going to open like suitcase style because it's a suitcase. Okay, and that pretty much covers everything on the outside of this suitcase, because Unlike bags, there's no external pockets, there's no water bottle pockets, there's none of that. So to unlock this bag, you have the little zipper thing up here. You just unlock it, both these zippers pop out, and then you have this nice front compartment that opens like this. And this is where your laptop with a little bit of extra organization goes. Now, the laptop sleeve says it's a 15.6 inch, so I'm not 100% sure if a 16-inch laptop can fit, but I do know that a 15, 13 inch and smaller can fit. It also has an iPad sleeve, but it only goes up to about 10 inches. So pretty much iPad mini or a small iPad regular is gonna fit up in here. Now, as always, I have a small MacBook Air because I do most of my editing on an actual desktop. So this MacBook Air 13 inch fits in this laptop sleeve with no issue. I believe you might be able to squeeze a 16 inch. And the reason I say that is because up here at the top, there's some elastic bits. So it kind of like expands the pocket just a little bit, but I would see if there's any other information out there. I couldn't find anything on the Level 8 site. All it said is that it was a 15.6. But I feel like you could probably fit a 16 inch in there. If I find the way to get like a 16 inch laptop to borrow and test it, I'll put it in the comments below whether or not it works. Hopefully I'll be able to do that for you. And like I said, you have that tablet sleeve up here at the top. And then on the front of this compartment, you have two little spots up here at the top, one of which is perfect for a notebook, which is where I put my shot notebook. Fits in there really nice. Another spot is a really good place to put a power bank. If you're gonna bring a power bank with you, whether it's to charge your gear, your computer, your phone, whatever it might be, these two pockets up here at the top work really well for those kind of items. And then right next to the one where I put the notebook is actually a spot to put a pin. Now you could put a regular pin if you wanted to do it for your notebook, or if you're bringing an iPad and you have one of those Apple pencils or a tablet pencil or anything, it would also fit in there really well. So it kind of gives you like a nice little bit of a tech organization spot for your luggage, no matter what you have in the sleeve. And then below that, there's like a little elastic bit that I didn't put anything in, but you could easily put maybe like extra chargers, cables, things like that. I typically keep those in pouches, which are on the inside of this bag, which I'm gonna show you in a second. But that spot right there would be perfect for anything like that. And that wraps up pretty much the front of this bag. It's just a minimal organization, three little spots, two at the top, and then that mesh guy, a pin spot, and then your laptop and tablet sleeve. And this thing works really well because it opens like this. It makes it really easy to even zip up. You don't even have to close it to zip it up. So you just unzip, you get what you want, and then one-handed. I mean, you don't get a lot of one-handed zippers out there. So I'm pretty happy with this. And then, you know, obviously if you want to lock it, you'd put both the zippers here at the top, and then they just pop right into that little locking mechanism, and you're good to go. Okay, so to open this luggage, like I said, it's a full, like, actual suitcase kind of opening. So I'm gonna set it down, it zips all the way around, and then it opens kind of how you're used to seeing, just nice and flat. Now in here, I'm gonna try to do my best to show you what I got without spilling and crushing everything I own right here. So as you can see, and the nice thing about this is nothing falls out. You got a nice little strap here to secure your clothes. I did packing cubes. My two Peak Design packing cubes literally fit like a glove. Now Level 8 does have some packing cubes on their site. I did not get the chance to test those out, but I do know that some of them are custom made or like fit perfectly in their bag. So if you're interested in doing a one-stop shop thing, I would check out theirs. Otherwise, my suggestion is always going to be, and forever will be until something can beat it, the Peak Design packing cubes, because they're just phenomenal, and I love them so much, and they fit in here really well. So if you undo this strap, which is really easy and adjustable, you can see I got my small Peak Design packing cube, which is where I put all of my sensitive items, aka my undies, and then I have my big Peak Design packing cube, which is where all my clothes go. Now this packed out for me for pretty much anything from 5 days up. I can do that. I have 2 pairs of pants, about 3 pairs of shirts, and then, you know, like I have like a long sleeve, and then just a couple other items in here, and like I said, socks and underwear in here, and I can run this load out for days and days and days and days. So it works really well. And if you didn't want to do packing cubes, because they have this strap here that you can easily kind of like secure your clothes down, you wouldn't have to do packing cubes. You could easily pack this out with as much clothing as you wanted, and I really, really like that ability on this side. Now on the other side, here's where you get into some of that organization. Now you have 2 bits here. You have a closed off bit and then like a see-through little mesh bit. Now in this see-through little mesh bit, this thing does not want to stand up on its own. This is where I put my extra pair of shoes, because I found that these swabs, now if you're a fan of swabs, like I am, they pack away to pretty much nothing. I could fit them in this pocket right here, and it worked fantastically. Now in this pocket down here, I actually didn't use it. I couldn't find anything. I don't really bring a lot of stuff. So I couldn't find anything to particularly put in here, but any kind of lay flat items, maybe like if you wanted to bring like a baggie, like medicine, Dramamine, Advil, things like that, or maybe like any kind of like lay flat items honestly would fit really well in this one. This one had a little bit more dimension, which is why I was able to squeeze those swabs in there. But both these pockets are really good for any kind of lay flat items. Okay, and then behind where I put my swabs in that other lay flat pocket is actually zippers, and you can unzip it and it reveals a little bit of an extra compartment for supplies or any kind of gear you might have. Now in here, I have my gravel toiletry kit. This is the Explorer Slim, absolutely phenomenal kind of toiletry kit. I absolutely love these. Then I also have my modern day fair tech kit. This is where I put all most of my main tech gear, my chargers, cables, things like that. It's very flat, it's very thin, fits in there perfectly. Then I bring my mobile filmmaking kit because I'm probably not going to bring my actual camera or any of my drone equipment or anything like that because this is a carry-on, it's very small. I'm not going to be able to fit a camera cube unless I take up the space for my clothing, which I'm not going to do. So I just bring my mobile filmmaking because I can make a whole video with just my Action 2 in my Pocket 2. I'll actually link a card to the video I made of an off-roading trip I went with some friends here in Colorado. Super fun. I shot pretty much the whole thing on the Action 2. Super fun. So that also fits in there really well. And then I bring a laundry bag. This is a laundry bag from Gravel. I'll link all of these products down below. They're in my go-to gear list that I link in every video. This is a laundry bag, which is great because after you're done, if you've got a bunch of stinky clothes, you can easily just kind of pack those packing cubes away, fill out this laundry bag, put it right there, and you're good to go. And then the last thing I have is this is the Gravel Travel blanket. It's a really nice blanket. It's great for pretty much everything, and I love to bring one of these with me when I can, and they sent me one recently, so I'm like, yes, and I get to use it again. These are phenomenal. Absolutely love them, especially if you do camping, if you get cold on the plane, or whatever you might be doing. It's always good to have one of these. They also work really well as a pillow, so there's also that wonderful aspect as well. And that's it. So that's this entire pocket right here, which fits a bunch of stuff, and I really, really enjoy, and I think it's pretty great, honestly. I think that the way that they organize this bag, and I'm putting everything back in as I go, because here's a little secret for you. I'm gonna let you get a little peek behind the scenes. When I do my B-roll, it's usually after I film the main video, so I have to repack the bag. And I've learned that by taking everything out and then having to pack it all up and then film everything and then take everything back out, I just put everything back in now as I'm going. A little peek behind the scenes on how I operate. I don't know how other people do it, but overall, I really like this roller luggage, which is something that I never thought I would say about roller luggage in general, because, and I'm very skeptical about roller luggage, and I even told Level 8 before they sent this to me, I was like, not a big fan of roller luggage, so we'll see if you change my mind, because this review could have gone a whole different way. But I gotta admit, I think it's really, really solid. I think the whole shebang shaboodle just works really, really well. And I'm a big fan. I think that the zippers, the locking, the organization, the 2 zippers to get in, the fact that the wheels work really well, the minimal organization, the fact that not only can I fit my entire clothes in here, but then also bring all the pouches and gear that I want in the other section and have room for an extra pair of shoes without taking up any space is pretty phenomenal, and also kind of rare in a lot of cases. Not to mention the fact that that spot that I showed you with all my pouches, I could have put more in there if I wanted to. If I was traveling and it was winter, I could have put a heavy jacket on top of all of that, like my Pasture jacket, or one of my Western Rise jackets, or my Not Me Only hoodie. Anything like that could have fit right there, or you could just bring extra gear if you wanted to. Overall, this whole thing is a very great little small package that not only is carry-on approved, but fits in the overhead bin, is gonna be easy to navigate the airport with, and just is gonna have the organization and the capacity that you want to pack light without sacrificing any room. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below, and I'll do my best to answer those for you, or you can shoot me an email, odiematthewsbags@gmail.com. More than happy to provide extra photos, videos, anything like that. Check out Level 8. Don't forget to use my discount code for 10% off. That's OD10, like I said at the beginning, so you can check out one of their things. They have a great, warranty on these things. Like I said, durability, all of it is really nice. With all of that, don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that wonderful nonsense, and I will see you next time.